pretty much given this away in the preliminaries. The likes of Echoes in Rain, Nate the Great, Lone Eagle, all got themselves very warm in the parade ring, and that's just not going to help their chances.
The gamble, particularly on the exchanges, is Subjectivist. Double figures this morning, being backed. Coltrane's rock solid, ice cool as well before the race, away to the right there. And are going to go off at around 11-4, you'd have thought, for the Gold Cup. Over 2.5 miles, Group 1 action in the company of Richard Hoyles.
Thanks, Ed. Yes, Subjectivist is strong, 11-2. That exchange is probably also the overlapping of the in-running market, as many, I would imagine, would expect Subjectivist to make the running. It often gives people an angle to trade out once the horse is in a comparatively clear lead. Coltrane and Broome are the last two then for this Gold Cup Group 1 contest, part of the British Champion Series. 2.5 miles, so they start a long way up the spur, and they'll race past us. There in the background, Ascot United FC, they had a good season. Who's going to land the feature race of the Royal Meeting? Yabir was slow into stride. He was the one that gave him a couple length start. So the early stages of the Gold Cup. It's Lone Eagle, who's up in trips, taking a bit of a grip out in the lead, and Subjectivist is gradually moving to the front. Lone Eagle's raced fiercely through the first furlong towards the inside in that headgear. Emily Dickinson and Broome, the Aidan O'Brien pair, are disputing third place at this stage. Coltrane has settled in roundabout 5th place on the outside of Wise Eagle. Echoes in Rain comes next. Eldar Eldarov just a bit scratchy through the first furlong and a half there. Stride out with any great purpose on the outside of Courage Mon Ami, and Big Call and Jabir, who was restrained on jumping out at the back markers. So Subjectivist has adopted this front-running role as expected, and makes his way across the intersection. Has the advantage by just over a length. Lone Eagle is in second, Emily Dickinson races in third. Broome in the check colours in 4th place, just ahead of Wise Eagle, who races in 5th. In 6th place is Coltrane, just ahead of Echoes in Rain on the inside of Nate the Great. Then we have Courage Mon Ami alongside Eldar Eldarov, and the back pair are Big Call and Jabir. So Subjectivist has the lead from Lone Eagle, and continues to race a little keenly in second despite taking the trail. As the crowd send them out on their final circuit, Subjectivist just beginning to press on slightly. There's now about 6 lengths between first and third, and that third is Emily Dickinson with Broome, then Wise Eagle and Coltrane as they turn away from the stands. Echoes in Rain races on the inside of Nate the Great, Eldar Eldarov on the outside of Courage Mon Ami, who has 2 behind at this stage as they make the turn, and they are Big Call and Jabir. And Jabir would now be about 50 lengths behind Subjectivist, who just scatters the pigeons as they race inside the final mile and a half. Subjectivist by 2 lengths. Second place is Lone Eagle, 4 lengths back to Emily Dickinson, a length and a half to Broome. Wise Eagle in 5th on the inside of Coltrane, then Echoes in Rain in the green and red, Nate the Great. Eldar Eldarov racing on the outside of Courage Mon Ami, Frankie Dettori currently 3 from the back, with Big Call and Jabir. Well, this is where Subjectivist won his Gold Cup 2 years ago. He stole away on the descent to Swinley Bottom, and he has the lead by about 4 lengths. He's increased the advantage over Lone Eagle, but not necessarily over the rest of the field, because Lone Eagle has dropped back into only a length in advance of Emily Dickinson, Broome, and then Wise Eagle. Behind these Coltrane, who sat mid-division throughout, with Echoes in Rain, Nate the Great, Courage Mon Ami, Eldar Eldarov, Big Call, and Yabir, who for the first time has just closed up to be amongst horses, albeit right at the back. So Subjectivist now moves on by about 4. In third place, Emily Dickinson. Ryan Moore's just moved Emily Dickinson off the fence, still only in third, just guaranteeing Lone Eagle's not going to end up in his lap. Broome is 4th as now they begin the turn, and this is where stamina will really begin to tell. The steady climb uphill in the Gold Cup. In 5th place is Wise Eagle. Coltrane in 6th, Echoes in Rain, Nate the Great, Eldar Eldarov, Courage Mon Ami, Big Call, and still at the back is Yabir. Subjectivist just trying to fill the tank out in front. Lone Eagle closes to within about a length and a half as they climb uphill and make their way towards the final 5 furlongs. Emily Dickinson, then Broome. Behind these, Coltrane just beginning to try and move a little bit closer on the outside of Wise Eagle. Behind these, Eldar Eldarov is beginning to make a move. Striped colours, Courage Mon Ami tries to get on his back with Big Call and Yabir. So they're well bunched now. Subjectivist to the first time feeling some pressure for a rival, and that rival's Lone Eagle as they begin now to make the turn. Coltrane has moved steadily through the field, is now joint third with Emily Dickinson. Then behind these, Broome, Eldar Eldarov is very wide round the bend as they straighten, and now in the lead Lone Eagle kicks for glory. Coltrane and Emily Dickinson, then Echoes in Rain. On the inside, Courage Mon Ami is making ground for Frankie Dettori. It's getting messy out wider. Coltrane has the lead. Courage Mon Ami in the red cap. Subjectivist on the inside, then Emily Dickinson. Courage Mon Ami for Frankie Dettori. Moves alongside Coltrane. The two fight out the Gold Cup. Courage Mon Ami, but on the inside, still fighting back Coltrane. Courage Mon Ami with the red cap. Frankie Dettori will win on his final Gold Cup ride. For John and T Gosden, Courage Mon Ami remains unbeaten. In second place, Coltrane, Subjectivist, Emily Dickinson fight out third. Nate the Great, Eldarov never looked comfortable. Yabir was never involved. Big call likewise. Courage Mon Ami in a race that hasn't been the happiest for Frankie Dettori in his last couple of years on Stradivarius. This time he stayed to the inside. The gaps opened. It became a struggle with Coltrane. We had the King of England win earlier on. The King of Ascot won the Gold Cup.
Unbelievable. Frankie Dettori's farewell tour is quite extraordinary. He wins a 9th Gold Cup on his final ride. And as Richard said, the King's had a winner on the day, and the King of Ascot bows out in the Gold Cup with a win. Wow.
All the way round we were thinking, oh, Joe Fanning's been gifted an easy time on Subjectivist, and how the race changed with a whole host of them in with a chance round it for home. Dettori a punch of the air. That meant a lot.
And a lot of the praise will be heaped on Frankie and a lot of the attention on him. But what about this horse? That's his 4th lifetime start. He's never been beaten. It was his first time stepping up significantly in trip. Previously he'd only run over a mile 6. He settled towards the back of the field. He came with a long sustained run, and he has managed to win the Gold Cup on his 4th start. That is seriously impressive.
Yeah, it's absolutely spectacular, and also for John and T Gosden. You know, John has found a Gold Cup winner yet again. We had the horse yesterday, also looked spectacular as a future possible Gold Cup contender as well.
And these owners have spent a lot of money, and they've had 2 winners back-to-back days here at Royal Ascot. They're called Wathnan Racing. They are Qatari-based. The operation's been the leading racing stable in Qatar. They spent a lot of money on horses in training, and here's a crucial moment in the race, Jason. Frankie sticks on the inside where he didn't go on Stradivarius.
Yeah, listen, last he was just about, or second, third last. I'm sure Ruby will have a good look at that, and he didn't get much luck on the way through in our previous contest, but is able to side his way through the track up over this extreme distance, going a little bit smoother, a little bit slower. The gaps going that little bit slower as well.
And this is the difference, Frankie Dettori, from 12 months ago, where his confidence was low. He goes wide on Stradivarius. This time he's retiring. He says it doesn't matter, I don't mind anymore if it goes wrong. He took the risk, he found the gaps, and there he is, punch in the air, and now he's with Rishi.
Well, I don't know if there's a question that's needed. When you've won the Gold Cup 9 times, I'll just leave it to you, Frankie.
Unbelievable. I never thought, I thought it was a bridge too far from handicaps to Group 1, but I had a perfect race. Listen to that. He's still a baby, so when Coltrane came back, he picked up again. I can't hear myself talking so much, but clapping.
Frankie, I'm going to let you enjoy it. We can talk to you so many times, buddy. Well done.
You have to take your hat off to Coltrane as well, who ran a huge race in second for Sheen Murphy, the favourite. But here is our winner, led in by Aldir on the right there. He's going to enjoy this again, isn't he, your mate Frankie?
Oh, Todd, you know, we often say about how much appreciation that the crowd has for him, and that is key. You can't walk through without somebody stopping him, and we're going to miss him, Ed. We really, really are going to miss him.
Yeah, the sport certainly is. His agent, Peter Farrell, got a kiss on the lips, I think, there from Frankie. Adi and our camera, I'm sure, will get a kiss from Frankie. Look at that. Here we go, then. Just enjoy this, everybody, because you're not going to see it again. and a day all about the kings. Here's the King of Ascot winning the Gold Cup for a 9th time.
The Gold Cup is the winner. Current Mon Ami.
The crowd absolutely loving it, and everyone here today can now say they were there. And I was their day, the day the King had his first winner with Her Majesty the Queen, and now Frankie Dettori bows out from the Gold Cup with another winner. I just sense him walking in there. You know better than anybody, Jason. He was really taking that in, drinking that in that moment.
Of course. Listen, we know he is an extremely